would happen if we saw a first round meeting between the Sens and the Leafs? What would you expect and who would win?
Sens in 2. How about that? No, I know I'm gonna get the homer label, but let's just talk in terms of Team A versus Team B. One team is 3-0 this year, and I really feel like the Sens are not the team you see in the standings right now, because the first half of the season they were plagued by injury and inconsistency. They have figured it out in 2025. And so if you're starting to measure the Senators just in the calendar year, that's a better team than I think people realize. And so I think they could surprise some people. And I just, Toronto has just been a playoff failure again and again and again. Matthews, Marner, and Nylander. You talk about 2017. The Sens haven't been there since 2017. Well, that youthful core I just mentioned, these guys have been in the playoffs since 2017, and they've got one playoff series victory to show for it. So I don't know why anybody would think that Toronto would go in as heavy favorites in this thing, and I certainly give the Sens a chance.
Yeah, you make some good points. Like, Toronto doesn't match up well against the heavy teams. Like we saw it when they played the Florida Panthers. We saw it years ago when they were playing, a Boston team that had the Zdeno Charas and the Milan Lucic, and those kind of players. So, there's an argument to be made that Toronto would rather probably face Tampa in the first round just because it's more of a, skill versus skill kind of matchup.
Yeah.
So, for me, that series is going to come down to the goaltending. And I know Linus Ullmark hasn't been the guy that's carried them. I don't think he's had to. He hasn't put forth like a Vezina performance during the regular season, but in the playoffs, that kind of scares me. It's almost like a Craig Anderson that you're getting for, back in 2017. Like Anderson was very much the hot goaltender, and Ullmark, I think that's why Ottawa got him, to get to the playoffs, but also to be a difference maker. And, on the flip side, Toronto's got two guys that really haven't had the experience, never mind the regular season, but also in the playoffs. And, whether it's going to be Wall, whether it's going to be Stolar. So, Steve brings up a lot of points. The only thing I'll say is, there's regular season hockey, and I know the Sens have had Toronto's number, but you look at the playoff history and it's very much, a one-sided battle where Toronto always has Ottawa's number, similar to Boston always having Toronto's number. So they're going to have to kind of exercise them demons if they're going to go into the second round.